Hello everyone, how you going, and welcome to Awful Taste but Great Execution, where the description of the sub perfectly sums it up. Everything that displays quality craftsmanship in the least elegant way possible. Now if that doesn't sum it up for you, I don't know what does, but let's jump straight into it. Tried to have a nice wine and paint night. What the hell is wrong with my roommate? Oh, very nice. Look at that muscly Pikachu. I mean, Pokemon's been going crazy at the moment, so maybe it was in the back of their mind. You know, I don't know when it was posted, but maybe they were watching Logan Paul's stream, watching open out tens of thousands of dollars worth of Pokemon cards, and they really just wanted to combine it with this really strong muscular Pikachu. You know, in the show, Pikachu's a pretty strong character. Him and Ash just go around cruising. So maybe this person envisions Pikachu as being a very strong character, and how better to display that through some mega muscles. They look like some Super Allo Darkshine muscles, they do. But really, it's a pretty nice piece of art. For this person to just whip it up out of nowhere, that's pretty impressive. As he said, you had just a wine and paint night. I certainly couldn't do anything like that, so good on him. Encounter this green onion cat hybrid while searching for vintage figurines. Oh, very nice. I can see the inspiration they've taken. It does look a little bit creepy and Halloweeny almost. What did you call it? Was an onion? I guess I can see it's an onion. It almost looks like a bit of a leek or a shallot as well as an onion. But yeah, I love the tips of the ears. They really just make it look that bit weird, don't they? It's almost like it was a decoration and some kid stuck eyeballs and a mouth on it. That's something that some parent would comment as being the horrific thing that their kid brought home from school in kindy or whatnot. But as we expect on this sub, it's been well done. You know, you got the curl of the tail, you got all four paws and whatnot. I wonder how old it is, because you said it was vintage, so it could be maybe from the 50s, 60s, I wonder. You know, people have been creative for a long while, and someone was certainly on something when they thought that up. Nuclear fallout Chernobyl snow globe. Geez, wow, what, did they just scoop up a little bit of the ground and toss it into some snowflakes in there, did they? See, I don't actually know. Is that the real time that it happened? On the, what is it, 1:30 in the morning in 1986? At least the date's correct, because it's usually American posts. But it makes perfect sense to do. You know, you've got the ash raining down from the sky in the form of the typical snow. And I wouldn't even really consider this awful taste in a way. I guess it's a bit of a sensitive topic compared to usually other snow globes are a bit more happy and bright, but I guess it's a cool thing to do, and snow globes are always that bit touristy, so this is just a touristy attraction but in a different form. I don't know, I think it's pretty cool. The last few have been a very particular taste. What do you guys think? Do you think this is insensitive and awful taste, or would you keep that on your wall? This invisible house in my town. Oh yeah, nice one. Usually you see sad posts of, oh, I saw this person sitting alone today, and it's a person in normal clothes and then someone in camo. And so this person is just trying to make it seem like that two people side of them don't have a neighbor. They've just got an empty block of land. The owners will have to be careful though. They might have developers come and try and, you know, just suddenly build on their block of land because they won't know there's anything there. No, but actually surely that would have been really expensive to do and really time consuming too. Good on you for being a bit different, but yeah, that's certainly a hell of an exercise to do. And I assume it's the whole house too. I am disappointed, however, that you didn't do the roof. And with this tree here from the photo, it almost looks like the roof looks a bit funny here. You know, you really missed out on an opportunity to be fully camouflaged, because right now there's just a floating roof, and so you can still see that there's some kind of structure there. Also, I wonder, this is in America according to that flag, but I wonder what kind of military this was inspired from. Because even though virtually every military uses some kind of green camo, or at least in forest environments, they all are generally slightly different. Some are more square, some are more leafy, some are more, I don't know, rounded. So yeah, I wonder if this is the American camo or not, or if they're really advertising a different country's camo technique. Finger gun. Oh no, this has to be the worst one so far. That is just horrid. Man, why would you do that? You're going to get pulled up at so many places. So many people are going to think that you're going to do something wrong or whatnot. At least on this sub, tattoos are always well done. So well done to the tattoo artist. But man, the person who got it done, come on, surely you could have done something else. And on your hand, really? There's just no way you're ever covering that up. You're going to make a lot of people uncomfortable a lot of the time. Now, it seems even though you might find it cool and thought it was a good idea, even though I completely disagree with that, it's going to make so much of a hassle in the rest of your life just because you have this one thing that you go, oh no, it's not real, it's just on my hand. Pull your hand out of your pocket and it's a bit dark or someone doesn't really see you and they think you're pulling a weapon out of the hand. What, do you have a knife on your other hand so you can really freak people out? I wonder how long till the regret kicks in. Probably not too long. The shading is impeccable. Oh, another tattoo. Wow, I guess if that's what you're into. Look, I don't know where this one is on the body, but I would almost take this one over the last one just on the fact that it's not a weapon on a hand. It looks like it's pretty tiny too, so to be that fine with the drawing is impressive. It would be interesting if it's on their arm as well, because then the tattoo on your arm has a tattoo on their arm. I don't think it's too bad. I think it's an acquired taste, but it's certainly a style they're going after. I could certainly see this being a colored print as a big, I don't know, artistry in a cafe or something. I don't think it's too bad at all. This mural on the side of a restaurant in Lithuania depicting Trump kissing Putin. Oh, very nice. You know, some people consider them to be hand in hand with each other, and this is just they've taken it to second base. They've really captured the colors correctly too, I reckon. I don't know why their faces are kind of cut in half, but the lower half of their faces definitely depicts the correct colors. Really just a magnificent work of art it is. You know, both in their Adidas trackies and whatnot. Magnificent artwork, person. Who would have known that Lithuania has such perfect taste in artwork? Even though it's on a wall, this should be framed and put in art galleries all over the world. Sassy Squatch by me, Heather, Miranda, Eugene, Oregon, I think. Wow, that's a hell of an acquired taste that one is. Look, you even got the different color fingernails, the selfie, the blue baubles in the hair, the massive pouty lips. Geez, it's all going on in this photo. See, some people might say that this is awful taste, but really there's a deeper meaning behind it, you know. If you're an English teacher, you'd analyze it and say, oh, well, look at the colors. It comments on society as a whole and how we're faking and we're really quite ugly, but we pin it up and then we take a photo of ourselves and it looks amazing. And the vector lines between the eyes and the phone, blah de blah de blah, it goes on. But really we know that whoever got this tat is a certainly interesting piece of art. I certainly hope it's a one-of-a-kind thing and no one else has been asking for it. I don't think there's many people out there that you could convince to get this on their body. This car that's actually a boat. Oh wow, that's just impressive that they've managed to get it all so seamless like that. Look at this bit here, it's just gone perfectly into it. Seamless boat install right there. This is just an ad for Volkswagen and the new aquatic vehicles, you know, on land or on sea. You just drive it on, it hooks it up and away you go. I just really can't see how someone thought this was a good idea or even had the idea of this in the first place. Do you steer the boat from inside the car? That seems awfully inconvenient to have to go out and sit in the driver's seat just to steer. What, was this person just unable to get used to driving a boat and so they were, no, I'm able to drive a car, we'll just set up the car and we shall go from there. The amount of money that has been poured into getting that done, I really hope that that's just kind of a shell of a car on top of a boat. And also I wonder, did you remove the engine from the Volkswagen and put it into the boat? There's so many questions. I'd love a tour of this thing. It looks like it's in the UK, so maybe anyone that's in the UK knows about this already, but yeah, that doesn't seem like it would pass any kind of legal, I don't know, inspection or anything of the sort. All in all, well done, I guess. I can commend you on your effort. I don't know if it's even the best execution in this case. This hyper-realistic 36-inch McNugget body pillow from Travis Scott x McDonald's collaboration. Hang on a minute, we sure that's not just a Photoshop with a tag off it? There's no way. It just cannot be. What does it say on the tag? Cactus Jack. What's Cactus Jack? I've never even heard about that. But there's no way that it can be that realistic. The folding and everything in it, how would it hold that shape? Unless it's kind of just completely 2D and the actual print on the pillow makes it seem textured and whatnot. But wow, that's definitely a novelty item. For any of you Macca's lovers out there, that's the thing for you. You know what you're getting for Christmas. It's probably some subconscious advertising. If you sleep next to a Macca's nugget all night, you're just going to want some of their food. That's what it's really going on here. They can afford to make it $90 because they know you're going to come and spend $40 the next day on multiple Big Mac meals and just go for your life. Really what this could just be is the Guinness Book of World Records biggest nugget in the world or something like that. And they've just photoshopped it off there and we're all good to go. What a riggedy wreck, son. Oh, how have you gone and done that to Einstein? That's just rude. I get that Rick is a hell of a character and a smart guy, but surely you can't compare the two. And also, I just kind of zoomed away from the tattoo a minute and realized how massive that is. That takes up that entire person's leg. See, but I also think this sub cheats all the time because it uses photos of perfectly new tattoos. before they're faded, before anything has gone wrong with them. And so they haven't had time to age at all. You know, these people have these incredible artworks, but what happens in 20 years when you're looking at that and the color from Rick is just now the same color as Einstein because it's just all gone away? You know, Einstein has been solidified in history as an absolute legend and mastermind. And even though currently you might think Rick has the same kind of status, I just can't see him sticking around for as long. And so you're going to have this unknown character on your leg. These people just don't seem to think it through half the time. But once again, congrats on the artwork, Mr. Tattoo Artist. You did a good job. I'm curious as to how it actually tastes. Wow, that's impressive. I've never seen someone do a human head before. The amount of, what is it, icing or fondant that would be needed to make all those lines so perfect. I'm disappointed you stopped at the neck. Imagine doing a whole body like that. That'd be crazy. I guess you can really see on the edge of that head how thick that layer of fondant is. But yeah, look, it's even been a layered cake. You put something between it, whatever that green is, as well as sticking all the layers together. It makes it taste better too. Definitely impressive. I wonder if she took any creative liberties to make herself look a little bit better in places she might want to or whatnot. But it looks very realistic. So all in all, very well done. What is it? Side surf cakes is what I'm reading that as. Imagine walking into a party with that. Everyone would think you're completely crazy and then they'd think you're very talented. So, well done. Was told to post this here. Oh, another one that people have just poured money into to get the exact vehicle they want. So the thing is, I can actually see this being semi-functional. A lot of the time, trade vehicles are massive vehicles. So this person didn't want that. They wanted a nice small one. They already had their Beetle. They liked it and they went, you know, we don't need the back seats. We'll just get rid of them. We'll put a tray there. We can carry, I don't know, some little thing in the back. It actually reminds me of a lot of cars I saw in Japan. There were all these tiny little utes. I think on the back of one of them was like 250 kilo payload, whereas in Australia we have just 1 ton ute. That's just what it is. So to see a quarter of the ton on the back of the tray was quite funny. You know, not everyone wants this big aggressive looking vehicle. A nice little trade Beetle will do the job for many people. I'd love to see a whole bunch of tradies rock up in some of these and see what kind of looks they get, because I'm sure everyone would love it really. Sick Underglow. Far, mate. We put some Underglow on your lawnmower. We heard it's your ride-on. You know, this guy's a gardener, so he can look cool when he's at work mowing lawns. He can go back to his fully sick car, like the one we just saw before, and put this in the back, and he looks super sick, mate. I imagine this is at a car meet or something, and I think my favorite part is that they've cambered the wheels to make it match all the other cars there. Mate, and it's even a Honda. I wonder if it's got a VTEC on it or not, or if they got a blow-off valve or turbo on it. What else have they done to it if they've got Underglow and camber? You know, this was just their trial run before they moved on to the ride-on lawnmower, which will be the pinnacle machine. Nothing will beat that thing around any kind of track any day. Mark my words. How to spend millions to ruin the London skyline. Wow, I've never seen it from that angle before. I think that's called the walkie-talkie building or something. I don't really see the walkie-talkiness of it, but maybe it's a communications building or something. Look how many cranes are in the background as well. You can see every city in the world is just absolutely going gangbusters with construction at the moment. But isn't that the building that was setting things on fire? I don't know. I think I heard a story about it melting a car mirror or a car door or something. I think you can see kind of that darker bit. It's concave, and so it just reflected the sun like a magnifying glass just onto one spot in particular. It was completely going crazy. Also, the title of the post says millions. I think add a few zeros to that. A building of that scale costs many millions to build, let alone maybe $1 billion in total by the time you're finished with it. The UK is probably just upset because that's their new tallest building. You know, London's so flat as it is. If you look on a map, there's nothing above 10 stories. It's crazy. So of course they're unhappy when suddenly they get a modern building there. Someone was selling these dead Beetles dressed up as Jurassic Park characters on Etsy. That has to be one of the most horrific things I have ever seen. What? How do you think that is a good idea, or even how does someone come up with that idea? Look, we got this one, this one, this one, and this one. They are all absolutely disgusting. How does someone think that this is a good idea and that they can even sell it, let alone just do it as a hobby? Oh my goodness. I don't even know if I think one's better than the other. I think they're all just horrible. They even made his cane out of something. I don't know what that is. Where do you get a hat that small? This one has a gun. I don't know what is going on here, but this person has gone all out to make one of the most disgusting things I think I've ever seen. I really don't think I can look at this much longer because that is just all wrong. There is nothing right about this. If it wasn't on Beetles, I could consider it being great execution, but oh man, it was an execution, alright. Anti-Bill Gates / demonetized vaccine in Australia. Pretty good artwork though. It's time to install your update, oh yeah. Everyone knows that we're going to have microchips installed in our brains at some point soon, so you're going to have to install an update somehow. What, you think it's wireless? I don't think so. I wonder why this person chose Bill Gates. I would think it would more be like an Elon Musk type of situation because he's got the whole Neuralink and whatnot. I haven't heard anything in relation to Bill Gates in ages, so I don't know where this person suddenly got Bill Gates and included him in this whole situation. I mean, but yeah, you do see this kind of straight out all the time. This is the kind of artwork that you see in newspapers where they're often taking the mickey out of politicians and whatnot. But yeah, it's a well done artwork. I really have no idea where Bill Gates came into the situation though. Apartment hunting when Pebble River. Oh, that is just, oh no. How could you do that to a place? You're giving no flexibility in where you can put stuff either. And you'd almost feel weird not walking on it, but then you would hate walking on it. The last owner or whoever installed that must have so many posts that would fit into this sub if that's the kind of trend they're on. If they've got a Pebble River, it probably leads into a carpeted bathroom or something like that. You know, really just icing on the cake. Just make everything about the apartment unappealing. The only thing that I can at least commend the effort on is that it matches the tiles in terms of the color scheme. They haven't gone with white pebble. But maybe that would have been better because then you could have actually had a bit of contrast. This just looks disgusting in every way. I mean, that owner better hope that the rest of the place is very nice or someone walks in with a very particular taste, because otherwise I don't see this selling for very much, especially not however much the owner would want. Think that this is probably an addition. Raises the price by at least 100,000. Yeah, no, that one's not for me, thanks. And the top of awful taste but great execution for the month is 20-foot tall graffiti mural of Kanye kissing himself. Oh wow, just another beautiful piece of artwork from this sub. It just keeps giving, doesn't it? You know, we had Putin and Trump, and then we had Bill Gates, and now we've got Kanye to really just top it off. Being very handsy, might I add, but at least it's on himself, so that's alright. It also looks like it's a massive painting too, 2 stories high. That person must have brought a ladder, so they were definitely keen to do it. It's a hell of a statement as you're walking down the street. You certainly couldn't miss it. But the same as all the other artistry on this sub, it's all very well done artwork, so you cannot knock it for that, but certainly an interesting theme they've gone for. I wonder why Kanye as well. Like we've seen, they could have had Trump, Putin, Bill Gates, but no, they went for Kanye and they stuck with it. It almost looks photoshopped as though there was another head on there first, and then they just took Kanye and put Kanye on there. So yeah, well done. Thank you for sharing this with the world. But that is going to do it for Awful Taste but Great Execution for the month. Thank you for watching. If you did like the video, don't forget to do the YouTube analytical things like liking and commenting down below. Tell me if you had a favorite or whatnot. Other than that, I've been posting a lot of these videos, so maybe you want to check some of the other ones out, or maybe consider subscribing so you don't miss another one in the future. But all in all, have a good one and see ya.